Hey YouTube, I haven't made a video in a while, so I figured it'd be cool to make one over this gun I picked up from a friend. He's owned this gun for a long time now, and he bought a new Taurus Judge and all that, so he's been favoring that one more than his older one. And he told me if I could ever find 357 ammo, I could use this for coyote hunting and such. So I started calling around, and I ended up finding some 110 grain personal protection jacketed hollow point ammo. And I mean, it's fairly large hollow point on this ammo as well. It got advertised velocity of 1295 and 410 foot-pounds of energy at the barrel. And so there's that. And I told him I bought some, so he went to his safe and pulled out this very old Dan Wesson 357 Magnum CTG, which is the same as the it's model number like 15-2 or something like that. It's a very old gun. It got a 6-inch barrel on it. I don't know what you would call this finish. I don't think it's a blued finish just because it's too light. Bluing is usually a darker color, unless this is just wearing off, because you can see every little smudge and fingerprint on there. Usually with a blued barrel you can't see it that well. It is double action. The cylinder release is not done. Most revolvers, it's usually back here. Most of that come out the side. For this, it's right there in front of the cylinder. It comes out, and it's a 6-shot. As you can see, it's empty. Got fixed sights on it. I don't know if this was just something they didn't have back then, but when you push the ejector rod, the whole cylinder goes forward. So you have to hold the cylinder with one hand, with one finger, and push the ejector rod with the other. I mean, the trigger pull on it was with double action. It's a fairly hard trigger pull. With single action, barely anything. He does have a different barrel for it, because it came with a bunch of different barrels, but he bought it used, I believe, so he didn't get all the barrels. He got the 6-inch and I believe the 2-inch. He put the 2-inch on there once, shot it, and took it right off because, I mean, even with the barrel that's on there right now, the recoil coming off of it is just so much. It's insane of how much recoil there is on this gun. So, I mean, that's about all I can really say about it. I don't know too much about this. I know Dan & Wesson is an old it's Dan Wesson. Just one person. Sorry if I keep saying Dan & Wesson because I'm used to saying Smith & Wesson. Dan Wesson, it's an old gun maker. I'm not too sure if he still makes them nowadays. I don't believe so. But, I mean, I didn't really look it up that much. The grips on them, I mean, I'm 6'4". I have fairly large hands, and the grip fits alright. The one thing I don't really like about it is that it's rounded off. So when you're shooting this, I mean, even though it's a 6-inch barrel 357, it still has a lot of recoil to it, and your hand just wants to slide over that curve right there. When I first shot this, I had a hard time controlling it back 2 years ago or so, because the largest handgun I had shot at the time was a 38 Special, and looking at this I figured it'd be pretty close to the same, and I was wrong. But I mean, for this to be a great deer gun in Ohio, it would be a great coyote gun, great gun for just about anything. It does have a transfer bar. It doesn't have a firing pin on the hammer or anything. So you can keep one in this in the chamber. I don't know what you would call it, I guess the chamber. Like you can keep one under the hammer is what I'm gonna say. On my older, or not older, it's a new Heritage revolver, but it's kind of like the old ones where it has the loading gate or whatever it's called. I'm not too sure. You can't put one under the hammer because there's no transfer bar. The hammer rests on the firing pin. Soon here I'll be making a review over my High Point C9 and modification I did to it. My Stevens 350 field barrel. I can't find any videos with the field barrel. They all have the security barrel on them. And my Heritage Rough Rider 22 with the 9-inch barrel. Pretty soon here I will be picking up a Mossberg Persuader and Remington 870 synthetic pistol grip shotgun. Hopefully I'll be able to get some range time in with this and I can videotape that. But for now I should have another video uploaded tomorrow. I'll have this one uploaded tonight. Take care.